Hello everyone, it's Boris here. Today we are going to be talking about Marigold from Periphery. I don't usually listen to a lot of Periphery, but this riff seems to catch everyone who hears it for the first time. It's a great example of using basic chord knowledge, with drop tuning, and it sounds really great. As far as I know, Misha and Mark wrote this riff without using any theoretical knowledge.
Scale or fretboard or whatever. I apologize, I'm terrible with theory. So this is all written by ear.
So maybe this video will guide them too. And I think it's fun to learn from someone else what theory they used in a song they wrote. Anyway, if you're ready, let's get started. As always, we will be analyzing the song first, then I will simplify it to create some exercises. And as I always say, if you want to analyze the songs as I do in these videos, you need to know some basic topics of music theory, but don't let that scare you. This song is actually in the key of C minor, which means we have B flat, E flat, and A flat. But to avoid confusion and to use more natural notes, I will explain it in the key of D minor, which is a whole step above. And this way, you can use all natural notes except for B, because we have B flat in D minor scale. Also, there's another reason why we prefer playing this song with drop D tuning. With this way, many of you won't need to tune to drop C. If you have a guitar with standard E tuning, all you have to do is tune the low E string a whole step below. If you don't know the song, I left a link in the description, but I will play it for you one more time. The riff might look complex, but besides that, it has a repeating structure. Even though the melodic pattern changes, it always uses the same groove, something like and this is one of the riffs that sounds easy but actually challenging to play. So I definitely recommend you to learn how to play that. Now let's see what this song can teach us. First, it's a great exercise for drop tuning. Many people think drop tuning just for making power chords easier, but it offers much more than that. In this riff, you won't hear any power chords. Instead, it moves through the chord tones. And this brings us to our second potential goal, which is, moving a riff to different root notes and adapting it to the chords of the scale we are playing in. And as I mentioned, the groove stays the same. So to summarize, this song should teach us how to create chord-based riffs in drop tuning and adapt them to different chords and variations. The repeating pattern in the riff looks like this. The notes we are playing are D, F, and A. These are the notes of a D minor chord. D is the root, F is the minor third, and A is the perfect fifth. And I hope this info doesn't scare you off. So we see that F and A are played on D strings, and remember we have two D strings in this tuning. So let's create our first exercise from this. The chords of D minor scale are D minor, E diminished, F major, G minor, A minor, B flat major, and C major. And now we will place each chord's third and fifth notes to the D strings. Now we will add the root notes of the chords and play them on the A string. For D minor, D on the A string, F and A on the D strings. For E diminished, E on the A string, G and B flat on D strings, and for F major, F on A string, A and C on the D strings. So D minor, E diminished, and F major. After this point, I think there is no need to think about the notes for the other chords because we have already created 3 essential chord types for harmonizing D minor scale. All we have to do is play these chord shapes with corresponding root notes. Let's practice these shapes with a metronome to get up to speed, then I will play these chords in a random order. Now we need to play what we have learned in a way that, sounds a little more static. So this exercise will help you to do that. I think the riff sounds so good because they play the chord notes in a more complex order instead of, playing them sequentially. And because of that, I'm gonna mix up the order of the notes. By the way, I shared the tabs for all these exercises and examples on my Patreon page, so don't forget to check the description for the links. So let me show you quickly. Now the opposite version. This might seem simple, but I guarantee you it's not. If you are used to playing notes consecutively, these phrases can be challenging. The third exercise is a pattern I call X-shaped riffs. Since we have 2 notes on the D strings and 1 note on the A string, we can form an X shape like this. And the exercise of it looks like this. can also practice the reverse version of this exercise. I added as a tab, but I'm not going to play it for now to keep the video short. And for the last exercise, we will work with the groups of 4 notes, playing ascending and descending sequences from each note in the chords. The transitions our fingers learn from these exercises can be applied with different rhythmic variations, and the goal of this practice was to understand Periphery's approach when writing this riff and maybe guess what they practiced before. Now that we've done that, we can combine these gains with our aesthetic feelings and our decisions. So I wrote a riff based on these exercises, and I'm going to play it for you now, and you will probably find it very similar. Okay friends, this is the end of another Learn from the Song video. Even though these musicians say they don't think about music theory, theory is something that, it's just a way of naming our instincts. So sometimes musicians use music theory without realizing it, and it seems random to us. I think it is important to be aware of this. By the way, I have to mention that this riff also contains some 7 chords in some parts, but we can turn that into an exercise later. Anyway, I talked enough. I hope you enjoyed these exercises, and if you practice these exercises and post them, please share them with me too, or you can use these hashtags so I can see your videos. And the last thing is, if there are songs that you'd like me to analyze to create similar exercises, please let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.